Tango 4 radio.
4 radio. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jim. The name here is Mike, Mexico, India, Kilo Echo, and the call sign Kilowatt Tokyo 4 Romeo. QSL?
Kilowatt Tokyo 4 Romeo. Is that a Roger?
Kilowatt Tokyo 4 Romeo. Is that a Roger?
Yep, Roger, Roger, and good afternoon to you.
Yes, sir. Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Yes, sir. Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Hey, Jim, we're located in North Carolina, down in the southernmost central part of the state. We're about 2 hours west of the Atlantic seaboard and about 2 hours east of the Appalachian Mountains in a little small town called Laurinburg. And I saw your YouTube channel, and I like what you're doing there. I think the aspiration is good, and I think it'll be very helpful for a lot of folks. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger, Mike. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Roger, Mike. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Okay, the working conditions here, Jim, we're running the Yaesu FTDX-10, and I've got about 650 whiskeys into a 80-meter full-wave horizontal delta loop at about 45 feet, and the delta loop is fed off of a corner, and we have a 4-to-1 ballon, and it's coax fed. And then for the microphone, we have the Heil ProSet Elite 6 from the late Bob Heil. And currently the audio settings I have sort of tuned more for contest. I had been running the stock hand mic on this radio for a long time with just the stock EQ settings, and competed in the ARRL International DX contest for the last couple of years, and decided to get a headset and foot switch for the last contest. So tune the EQ a little bit more for the DXing, the contest work. So that's the story here. I know last time you and I talked, it seemed like maybe it was about a year ago. I think you were running the 990, and you were running 100 whiskeys on a dipole. I wonder if that's what you're still running. Go ahead.
No, well, yes and no. I've been running since then my 7300 most all the time. I just bring that Yaesu FT990 out occasionally to blow the cobwebs out, and we're running that Yaesu 990 at the moment, Roger.
That Yaesu 990 at the moment, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. Well, it seems like the band conditions are pretty awful at the moment. I guess with the solar storms last weekend, we're starting to get some of the geomagnetic storms now this weekend. Looks like the K&A indexes are at 5 and 26, so signals have been pretty rotten all day today. Hopefully later on in the evening we'll clear up some. Your signal report down here, you're about a 5.7, and I copied you earlier. I kind of swung through and was listening to one of your other Qsos, and you were about a 5.8, but it's drifted down a little bit now. I think the band conditions are worsening some, but a good solid 5.7 and great sounding audio yourself. And again, I really enjoy what you're doing on your YouTube channel. It's the first time I've seen your YouTube videos with all of your Qso recordings. So yeah, I think that's great, and hopefully we'll help some folks get their setups tuned up. Share with you quickly what I did to set mine up. It may help some of your listeners. I used the monitor on the FTDX-10 to just listen in on my own headset and tune my EQ that way locally. And of course, that's not very good for your actual modulated signal over the air. So I used the websdr.org to record my own signal, just doing some test audio, and it has a record feature. So I did that and retuned, and then came back locally and retuned again, used the WebSDR a couple more times and retuned again, listened to actual modulated signal on several of the different WebSDRs, and then I just asked a couple of buddies across the bands to find out the highs and the lows and the and the compressor and all that type of stuff. But I think a lot of repetition and iteration over your tuning like that, both locally if your radio has that monitor setting, and then use the web SDR to actually hear your modulated audio and just record it, listen back and listen real carefully. And I just did that several iterations, maybe 3 or 4 different times, the full cycle, and that's how we landed where we are. So, and I think even if you want to take it a step further, there's software out there like Audacity where you can take a recorded sample of your audio and really take a good look at the audio and see exactly not just what your ear is hearing, but also what the signal itself is doing. But I love what you're doing on YouTube. It's great, and I wonder how you copy my signal and what you think of my audio. Go ahead.
Oh gosh, I'm using my Georgia SDR, and you're about 15 over down in Georgia. Your audio curve is very nice. It's got good intelligibility, and your dynamic range is about maybe 3.5 dB, not quite as full as what I would do. The best way to set that audio is, go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running, let's see, FTDX-10 to 7 on that ALC meter. Number 7 on that ALC meter, as you say the word audio, just adjust your mic for that level on your ALC. Roger?
Audio, just adjust your mic for that level on your ALC. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. And that's basically what I did before. Maybe we need to go in and retune a little bit, maybe even adjust I've got my mic a little bit away from my mouth right now also. But yeah, fantastic. And again, I love what you're doing. I've got to cut out, and we'll say 73s, but all the best to you, Jim, and thanks for what you're doing. And we'll do it again further down the log. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor from Kilo Tango 4 Radio. It's Mike in North Carolina. All the best to you, 73.
Roger, Mike. FYI, I have a spectrum analyzer on the set, the spectrum analyzer that's looking at all the audio. And so if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it'll bring up this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000. And like I say, the spectrum analyzer is looking at your audio and my audio. Of course, my audio is studio audio, not transmitted audio. But yours is as I receive it on my FT990. I'm pretty highly modified 990 with a good frequency response down to 100 cycles. And the spectrum analyzer has 3 white marks on it. The furthest white mark to the left is 100 cycles. The first mark to the right is 1 kc, then there's a black mark, which is 2 kc, then there's another white mark, which is 4 kc, just by FYI on what those marks are on my spectrum analyzer. So, Mike, get the Gorilla Tape and tape her down, sir. It sounds really, really good, Roger.
Get the Gorilla Tape and tape her down, sir. It sounds really, really good, Roger.
Okay, roger that, Jim. Thanks so much for the feedback, and look forward to seeing the video. All the best to you, my friend. Good afternoon, 73.
Roger. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.